Hello, can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So today we will discuss IAM. It's one of the feature of AWS Identity Access Management, right? So it's also a global service. It's not depending upon any region like S3, but it's a global service IAM Identity Access Management. So, you use IAM to control who is authenticate and authorized to use the resources, right? Actually, basically, it's used to provide the authenticate and authorization to our user, because it's suppose one new employee joined to our company. Then if we will give full permission of our AWS account, maybe they will some don't know about your workflow or project. Maybe it will hamper to us, right? For that, we can give the only read permission to uh, only see the our services, right? So we can manage this. Who will see only read permission, who will only the read and write permission. This thing can be managed by this identity and access management, right? So IAM user limit is 5,000 for AWS account. You can add up to 10 user at a one time. You can add up to 10 user at a one time, right? So you are also limited to 300 groups per AWS account. You are limited to 1000 IAM role under AWS, right? So these things is the default setting, but you can increase this one, right? So let's understand what is the user, what is the group or policy, and the what is the role, right? So you can understand in a very simple way, like who can access what, right? Who can access what means who means the user can access which thing they have the permission to access, and what means the which resources, right? So means one user is a user, right? And the permission is only the read access, the policy is only the read access, right? And what means the which resources, like S3 EC2. So these things is the difference between user, right? And group or policy and the role, right? Then let's understand mm, details about the user, group, and role, right? So user represent a individual AWS account, right? Which has people or application who need to access AWS services. Group a collection of user, right? Suppose uh, we have to make a admin group, huh? So unnecessary, don't create always rule policy, just create a group, right? And when someone join, or you want to give the admin permission, just create a user and assign to that group, right? A collection of a user, you can use group to specify permission for a collection of users, which can make it easier to manage the permission for those users. Then what is policy? Policy allow you to define permission for AWS resources, right? Policy means a simple read or write, those things, the policy, right? The policy are written in JSON format and can be attached to a IAM user, group, or a role, right? Then let's go to the roles. A set of permission that can be assumed by AWS service, right? Permission means the policy, right? The policy is assumed by AWS service, application or users. Roles are not associated with a specific AWS account, right? Roles is not a specific associated with a specific account and can be assumed by any AWS entity that need to access the AWS resources, right? So better you have to remember these things, right? Who can access what, right? So who means the user, can access means which policy the user have, and which role means which services the user can be accessed, right? So you can create a new IAM policy in the AWS management console using one of the following. So how you will create a policy, right? First thing is you can create by the JSON policy, and visual editor, it's a AWS own editor. Import, you can import the policy. You can import a managed policy within your account, and then edit a policy to customize it your specific requirement, right? So these things you can in this way, actually three types of you can create your policies, right? So let's go to the AWS console and see how we can create a policy user, those things. Just in the search bar, search IAM, go to IAM, right? Then now we are landing into our identity and access management dashboard. Then you can see here in the dashboard, user group, user role, policy. These things are mentioned. So let me create a user first. Just click on this users, and you can see all the users here. Let me create a new user. Create a user, right? Give a any name, right? Suppose I'm giving any name. Okay, just giving any name, and it's a optional little bit. Then click on next, right? So it will ask you to the permission, right? Permission in the set of permission, add the user to group, right? So you can directly add a in a group, because but we don't have any group. First we have to create a group, then we can add a group, right? And copy a permission, right? Suppose you click here, then we can copy a permission, right? Suppose we have this user, right? And we can copy this permission to our newly created user, right? And this is the attach policy directly. So we can attach the policy directly to the user, right? So go down here, you can see all the policies is there, right? This is the all the policies, right? And also you can create here or your own policy by the JSON format. You can create the own policy also here. can see the own policy here. You can see build a permission statement using the JSON editor. You can import your policy, or you can create your own policy, right? This is the policy. Just click on the JSON. Okay, you can see this is the format, and you can uh, give any policy, write any policy, right? And use it in your AWS account, right? And the visual, just select, suppose you can use this one. Okay, leave it. We will not go to this. We'll go for the this permission first, right? So permission, uh, the policy. You can see here. This is the policy name. Suppose I am giving a policy to only for EC2. Let me give you the EC2, right? AWS EC2 only read access. Let me increase this and see where is the only. You can see here is the full access. Full access means the user can use the EC2, can create EC2, delete everything they can do. But I want to give only AWS EC2 read only access. Just click on it, right? And you can multiple give the multiple policy to a user, right? So let me here I am giving a only one policy to the user, right? So this thing is fine. Let's go down and click on next, right? So here okay, it's fine. And go down. Okay, and create a user. Now our user is created. This Power Cloud user is created, right? So go to this, and how we will give the uh, user credential, means user ID password, how we can set, right? So this is the permission. You can add, suppose you want to add after creating the user, you will think no, this is this policy is you want to add one more policy, right? So you can also add here, add permission. Go to the add permission, right? And attach the policy here, and give, suppose I am giving s3 only. Let me give the s3 full access, right? Here you can give the s3 full access and click on next and add the permission, right? So this user is having two permission. One is the uh, it, Amazon EC2 read only, and Amazon S3 full access. These two permission are I have assigned to the user. You can also delete this, remove. When we click the remove, it automatically remove, right? So this is the about the permission. And this is the group. This user is not in a group. You can add a group, right? Give a tag. If you want to give a tag to, give a tag. Then most important thing is the security credential, right? So this is the security credential. The first option is for console sign in, right? So this is the console sign in. And you can see the it have also it has also multi-factor authentication, MFA, right? So AWS support uh, like your Google Authenticator, right? And Microsoft Authenticator. These things Google AWS also supported, right? And access key, you can see here, you can generate your access key here, right? This thing you can generate here. So let me use this mm, this one, right? Console sign in, just enable console sign in, right? And it's by default it's disabled. Click on this enable, right? And after enable it will ask you like set up password, right? Automate generated password means its password is automatically generated by the AWS, or you can create your own password. Let me create my own password, right? So I'm giving the password like right. I'm giving the password, this password is 123. Okay, it will not take actually think. Let me at the rate 123, right? Let me check. It will, I think one is the capital, one T, T is capital. Let's apply. Okay, so uh, cons password is you have successfully enabled the user new password, right? So download this one, okay, and close it, right? Okay, fine. So now go to the this file, CSV file. In the CSV file, just open this one, right? In this CS file, you open this one, and the username is Power Cloud, and the password you have set this password, and the URL, right? And the URL is this URL, right? And you can see this is the URL like what some number, then dot sign in, then dot AWS console. But this URL you can use a alias to this URL, right? So let me go to the dashboard section, right? And you can see there the account ID, right? And in this CSV file you can see the this account ID and dot sign in option, right? So you can sign in here. You can see this is the sign in URL for a IAM user, but it's complete quite difficult to remember the uh, number, right? Account number. So we can create a alias for that. The alias name I'm giving, suppose Power Cloud, right? And you can see the URL is changed and create a alias. Okay, the account alias Power Cloud already exists. Okay, so let me give a unique. It should be unique, right? So let me give okay. Let me give this thing. It will work or not? Let's check. Okay, this work, right? So you can edit this alias and delete this alias, right? And the URL is changed, right? Just copy this and let me access this user. A new incognito mode and paste it here. Press enter. Okay, so you can see it's automatically uh, populated the account ID, right? It's account ID or account alias. The account alias I have already set up, right? And user username, right? Username is power cloud and password test at the rate 123, right, and sign in. Now I am in the power cloud account, AWS manage console, right? So you can see here, access deny, everything is access deny, right? So let's go here and all services, click on the all services, right, and go to the EC2, EC2, let's check. Just wait, it's loading. And if you go to, you can see retail account offering used, okay, okay, you can see here is the, okay, done, done, okay, done, right. So you can see, let me you can see the user here, right, just click on it, and this is the main account, right, this is the main account, right, and this is the IAM user, this is the username, right, and this is the region. Let me go to the Mumbai region, and in this Mumbai region I have a uh, one instance, right? Let me check this instance. Can I see this instance or not? Just wait, it's loading. It is very slow, that's why it take time. Okay, you can see the instance, right? So we have assigned this user, right? This user to only the read access. So let me check. Can I read anything? Yes, you can read this instance, right? But let me create a instance. Can I create a instance? Let me check. Launch instance. Give any name, like I'm giving IAM, right? I'm giving the IAM, and let me, everything is there, and instance type, okay, instance type is D2 micro, let it be there, and the key pair, select this key pair, right, and launch instance. Let's see what happened. Okay, okay, you can see this error, instance launch failed, you are not authorized, you can see here, right, it will give a message, right. uh, You are not authorized to perform this operation. User this, right? And the user, the Power Cloud is not authorized to perform, right? The permission is the user is authenticated, right? If the user is authenticated, that's why we can log into the our AWS console, but this user is not authorized to access this EC2, right? So cancel this, and let's do one thing. Let me delete this instance, right? So terminate, terminate. Okay, let's see what will happen. You can see this message, right? Fail to terminate an instance. You are not authorized to perform this operation, right? So you can give according to your requirement to your company, and give the permission to your user, right? And let's go to the EC2, right? Let's go to the EC2. Sorry, let's go to the S3 bucket, and we have given a full permission to the S3 bucket. So let's go to the S3 bucket and see, can we create a new bucket or not. Okay, so I'm in the S3 section and click on this create bucket, right? Let me create a bucket. I am giving my bucket IAM or IAM, right? And let it be there, everything is fine, not to give any permission, just create. Let me check the bucket again, can I create any bucket or not, because I have given a full permission to S3. So you can see successfully create a bucket. We can create a bucket, right? My bucket IAM, right? And we can also delete this one. Let me delete this. Let's create a bucket first, and then we can delete this. Just click on it. It's loading. Okay, so delete. Full access means the user can create, delete everything, right? Let me check. Okay, delete bucket. The bucket is successfully deleted, right? So in this way you can uh, use this IAM, right? So let me sign out here. Okay, and go to the console dashboard. You can see you can add the security recommendation, right? Let me add here. Go to the dashboard first. Okay, you will do in your own how we can add IAM, right? In IAM the add MFA, right? MFA for a root user, right? For the root user, how we can add the MFA, right? So remember these things. Suppose you have a AWS account in your company, right? It's a best practice to uh, always create a user, right? So means um, suppose you have the permission to admin permission or root user permission, then also you create a user and use that user. Don't touch the root user. It's a very good practice, right? So uh, you maybe suppose restricted some permission, right? And suppose you do anything and you want to modify, then we will touch the root account, right? So it's a very good practice. You have to maintain this. And you can see the AMF, select the MFA device, right? This is the but multi-factor authentication, right? So let me give any name, my AWS, right? My AWS, and go down, and you can see here authenticator app, right? It can just click, by default it's click, and it's a authenticator app, and click on the next, right? Then it will ask you like uh, still not loading the URL. Show the code. Okay. So you can just download, right? You can see here install a complete application such as Google Authenticator, right? And Pro, right? These things you can download. Uh, you, my inspiration is go to the this Google Authenticator, right? And how we will get this Google Authenticator in your Play Store? Just download the Google Authenticator, right? And just click on the Add button. There is a in uh, right side, right side button. There is a Add. Then you can scan this code, right? And it's automatically added to your MFA, right? And every 30 seconds it will generate a code, right? So you can use this, right? So better you will do, right, in your own, and it will very interesting, right?
Your network gone.
Hello, hello. So you can see here one thing, it's a like a global, right? I am already told you this is a global
Can
service.
you send pic?
Sorry,
Can you send pic?
peak. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. This is for all about your IAM, and you can go through all those things and play with this button, right? Rule policy. You can also directly create a role also, right? Click on this. and create a role also and policy also, right? We can directly create a role. You can see for your AWS service, you can create a role and use cases for where you want to use, you can use this in your EC2. You can select this one, right? And click on next, right? After click on next, your actually you want to give the your EC2 instance, right? Your EC2 instance to uh, permission, right? Suppose your EC2 instance having no permission, so access to another EC2 instance or S3 bucket, this thing you can manage here. Suppose we want to give the permission to our EC2, like admin permission, admin admin access, just click on it, right? And click on next, right? Then give a role named, right? And you can see this is the JSON format automatically created, right? And create the role, right? And create the role and go to your EC2 instance, and there is a security section. EC2, let me first create a role here. Just create a role. Okay, give a name, right? I am giving EC2 full, right? I am giving the EC2 full. Just create a role, right? The EC2 row full created, right? So let me go to the EC2 manage console and how we will assign the role to our EC2 instance. Let's see. Okay, now go to the instance, right? And click on this instance, select the instance and go to the action, and this action go to the security, and you can see here the modify IAM role, right? Click on this, right? You can see IAM role. I am just created this for EC2 full access, and click on this and update. You can give the permission to your server also, because sometimes what happen, our Jenkins server maybe access to the Ansible server, right? means the for the CI/CD uh, part, we have to sometimes our Jenkins server is separate and Ansible server is separate. Then that time we have to give the full permission to our Jenkins server to access our Ansible server. So in this way, we can give the full permission to the uh, to your instance, right? So this all about to your IAM, right?